I'm Megan with Marion Public Library, and I've been reading Craig Johnson's Hell and Back. Hell and Back is number 18 in the Walt Longmire series. It does, to a certain degree, continue the story from the prior book, Daughter of the Morning Star. However, you do not need to have read Daughter of the Morning Star to enjoy and appreciate Hell and Back. In fact, even though it is part of the series, you could start here if you so choose. Craig Johnson is a gifted storyteller, and the characters are so likable that you may find yourself wanting to read the other books in this series, which starts with The Cold Dish. Once again, Sheriff Walt Longmire is in a bit of a tough spot. He can't remember who he is and what brought him to Fort Pratt, Montana. The town has a sordid past and was the home to the Fort Pratt Industrial Indian Boarding School, where in 1896, 30 Native boys lost their lives in a fire. All that remains is a bell in the cemetery, ringed with a stone wall and an arch entryway. As Walt passes through that arch, it seems like he moves from Fort Pratt of modern day to Fort Pratt of 1896. And there is this dark, menacing presence, perhaps what the natives would call the Wandering Without, the gatherer of lost souls that hangs over Fort Pratt, present and past. Walt's trusty sheriff deputy, Vic Moretti, lifelong best friend, Henry Standing Bear, and faithful four-legged companion dog sweep into town trying to find the lost sheriff. Do they arrive in time? And can Walt remember and bring justice to Fort Pratt? As Walt finds out, all haunting is regret. Hell and Back features Craig Johnson's concise prose, detailed descriptions, and sense of humor. I enjoyed reading about what Walt means to Vic. Now, I know sometimes Vic can rub people the wrong way, but you may find yourself understanding her a little bit better. You also get to see Henry's other side, the darker, more scary side. I think you'll find that Tony Hillerman or William Kent Kruger books will provide you with a similar reading experience. Tony Hillerman wrote the Joe Leaphorn and Jim Chu series about the cases of the Navajo tribal police. The first in the series is The Blessing Way, and the series was continued by his daughter, Anne Hellerman. William Kent Kruger writes the Cork O'Connor series about a half-Native American who investigates crime in a small Minnesota town. You will have to begin with number 10 in the series, Vermilion Drift. Check out Hell and Back by Craig Johnson and tell us what you've been reading in the comments.